Don't let anyone kiss your baby. A couple in Iowa lost their baby daughter just 10 days after welcoming her into the world on July 1st. The baby apparently died after contracting a herpes virus spread by a kiss. Many people carry the herpes simplex virus without ever knowing they have it. Thus, they can spread the infection unknowingly. The virus was likely passed to the newborn through a kiss from someone who carries it, as most children usually acquire the virus orally. The virus spreads rapidly in newborns. The baby was diagnosed with Meningitis HSV-1, which was caused by the herpes virus. The devastated couple warned other parents against allowing people to kiss their baby and reminded them to make sure people wash their hands when handling their children. However, medical experts say viral meningitis is not curable, but washing hands before coming into contact with babies is a good precautionary move. Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews. Meningitis can be caused by many different viruses. Man discovers brain fluid leaking out of his ear. Liquid oozing from your orifices is not always good. And what you assume is mucus or water from the shower might turn out to be something more terrifying. 53-year-old Mark Hoffman says he always woke up in the morning to find his pillow soaking wet and one ear leaking a clear fluid. His weird problem persisted, but it would be another 10 years before a doctor figured out the cause of his mysterious ailment. Hoffman was diagnosed with a spontaneous cerebrospinal fluid leak, in which a hole in the skull bone and membrane, or dura, leaks fluid into either the ear or nose. Incidents of the condition have increased in the past decade, something doctors say might have to do with obesity and sleep apnea. The leaks can cause headaches, vision changes, or hearing loss. Patients are also more likely to develop meningitis, a potentially fatal infection in the lining of the brain. Cerebrospinal fluid leaks are often treated with a surgical procedure, in which bone and tissue are grafted to the holes in the skull and in the dura. Hoffman has since had the surgery, and although he still suffers hearing loss, he feels better, and at least no more brain juice is seeping out of his ear.
Mysterious Elizabethkingia bacteria claims 20 lives. A mysterious bacteria known as Elizabethkingia has killed 20 people in the Midwest in the United States. The Elizabethkingia bacteria can be found in soil, river, and reservoirs worldwide. It can cause meningitis in newborn babies and meningitis or bloodstream and respiratory infections in people, typically older, with compromised immune systems. Symptoms of the Elizabethkingia infection may include fever, chills, headache and neck pain, as well as skin infections. There have been 61 confirmed cases in total in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Illinois, in which 18 people were confirmed dead in Wisconsin, 1 in Michigan, and 1 in Illinois. Doctors are actively investigating the origin of the infection and the cause of the multi-state outbreak.
New evidence links Zika virus to brain and spinal cord infections. A link between the Zika virus and neurological disorders deepens as scientists have found cases of microcephaly and Guillain-Barré syndrome may be the most obvious diseases caused by the virus. Microcephaly has many potential causes, including infections, viruses, toxins, or unknown genetic factors. Infants with microcephaly are born with abnormally small brains and skulls. In the most serious cases, the birth defect can cause the early death of a child or even the death of the baby while still in the womb. Even if babies survive, they will be intellectually and physically handicapped, or in the best cases, they will suffer psychomotor impairments. Another neurological disorder commonly linked with the Zika virus is Guillain-Barré syndrome, which is when the body's immune system destroys the myelin sheath that surrounds the axons of peripheral nerves. The first symptoms of the syndrome include weakness or abnormal sensations in the legs, which gradually spread to the arms and upper body and eventually lead to breathing difficulties. After observing the virus replicating in brain tissues of aborted and stillborn fetuses, scientists now suspect the Zika virus can act directly on nerve cells. Researchers also believe the virus may attack nerve cells directly in adults. Newly discovered brain and spinal cord infections in those exposed to the Zika virus include meningitis, encephalitis, and myelitis. Such infections were all caused by direct attacks on nerve cells. The The disorder, suspected of being caused by the Zika virus, has prompted more urgent measures to develop a vaccine to shield people from the disease.
Say no to safe spaces on YouTube. Support TomoNews at patreon.com/TomoNews.
Pharmacy executives face murder charges in meningitis deaths. 2 senior executives at a Massachusetts pharmacy have been charged, along with 12 others, in connection with the 2012 fungal meningitis outbreak in the U.S. The fungus primarily responsible for the infection was Exerohyalin, a mold commonly found in soil and on plants, which was found in an injectable steroid medication produced by New England Compounding Company. Fungal meningitis is usually caused by the spread of fungus through the blood to the spinal cord. It causes inflammation of the meninges covering the spinal cord and the brain. The swelling increases pressure on brain tissue and decreases cerebral blood flow, lowering the oxygen supply to the brain and eventually resulting in death. A total of 751 people in 20 states developed meningitis or other infections after being administered the tainted steroids. 64 of those people died. New England Compounding Center co-founder Barry Cadden and senior head pharmacist Glenn Adam Chen were both charged with 25 counts of second-degree murder. 12 other employees faced lesser charges.